Hi guys! I hope you liked my last video and I hope it gave you a little bit of an insight on what I love to read. Kirra and I went on a book haul a couple of weeks ago. We sometimes have book shopping days and this just happened to turn into one of them. We came across a bookshop in the city near the train station in Sydney. It's called the Book Basement. They sell a lot of great books for $1, $2, sometimes more depending on the popularity of the book right now. So I'd love to show you what I got. So keep in mind I haven't read all of these books yet. I mean, it was about a week, 2 weeks ago, and I haven't really had time to read all of them yet. I have begun to read some of them. There is one that I'm reading now, and I am really actually quite enjoying it. So yeah. The first book I got was Glow by Kathleen Ryan. I haven't read this one. This is one that I haven't read. I'm pretty sure, reading from the blurb, it is a sci-fi young adult type of thing. It does look interesting. The cover was intriguing. So the second book I got is called Wonder by R.J. Palacio. You might have already heard of this one. It has had a lot of publicity recently. It's about a boy named August who has a facial abnormality, and it's a story of his life and how he learns to cope with it. It's a really great read. I'm about 200 pages in, and it does seem really interesting, and I do quite love the whole premise of the story. Third book I got was Freaky Green Eyes by Joyce Carol Oates. I haven't read this one, but the cover did intrigue me, and no matter how often people say the cover, don't judge a book by its cover, it is often the first thing that grabs me to the book, and this one just was really intriguing because look at those green eyes. The fourth book I got is a classic, and it is one of my favourite authors. This is probably one of the ones that I haven't had from him, but it's A Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens. I absolutely adore Charles Dickens. He's one of my favourite authors of all time. One of my favourite books is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens, and I haven't had this one, so I thought I might add it to the collection. The fifth book I got was Cargo by Jessica Au. I'm pretty sure this is by an Australian author. It is another young adult book. I do seem to have a penchant for those. Correct me if I'm wrong. It is about a girl who's trying to find herself and just trying to work her way through life. It does look interesting, and I love the artwork on it. The Language of Flowers by Vanessa Divenbaugh. Anyway, I probably pronounced her name wrong. I'm very sorry about that, but it does have an intriguing cover, and it has had a little bit of publicity recently in Australia in women's magazines and whatnot. I haven't read it yet. I am yet to read it, but it does interest me, so I might do a review on this later on. Liz Jensen's The Ninth Life of Louis Drax. Now, the cover really intrigued me because it is very simplistic and it's just a boy running along a hill of some sort, but I did read the blurb and the blurb does look very interesting. I'm pretty sure it's a adventure thriller type of thing, a little bit of a mystery. I'm not quite sure, but I will surely do a review on this. I am really, really excited to read this book. The next book I got is a book that I will be reading for a reading challenge that Kirra and I are doing. War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. In the reading challenge, we're required to read 3 books from different eras. So Kirra and I are choosing 3 books from the 19th century, 3 books from the 20th, 3 books from the 21st, and 3 books in a sort of post-apocalyptic world. So this is one of my post-apocalyptic world books, and I am very excited to read it. A lot of my friends do tell me it's very, very good, but I am yet to read it. Another classic novel that I got was The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. I have read The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, and I did love the book, so I thought I might get the sequel to it. I love the whole feel of the Mark Twain books because they're a little bit childhood adventure, but they have much more sort of deeper meaning to that, and I do love the books, but I haven't actually ever read this one yet, so I will be doing that shortly. Romance. I'm not into the sappy romance, but I do love a little bit of a love story here and there, so when I read the blurb of this next book, I was intrigued as to what it was about. The book that I got was The Water's Edge by Louise Tonder. From what I read from the blurb, it does have romantic undertones, but it is not completely centered on a couple. So yeah, this book will be interesting. If you'd like to request any reviews from any of the books that I have just recently showed you, please feel free to leave them in the comments below. Kirra and I do read those comments, and we do appreciate any of them if they ever do pop up. Again, we are new, so we'd like your opinion and your suggestions on anything that you could tell us. So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye!